Good morning, students. In the last class, we have completed one kingdom. Which kingdom we completed? We have completed kingdom Protista. So in this session, I am going to teach another kingdom, that is kingdom fungi. Okay, this is also one of the interesting kingdom. So what type of organisms comes under this kingdom? Let us see. So if you are talking about this kingdom, fungi, it's a plural, singular it is fungus. Okay. So if you are talking about this kingdom, in this kingdom, most of the organisms comes under this group. They are multicellular. Multicellular means their body is made up of many cells. But if you are unicellular also, with the loose tissues. Okay, you know what is meant by tissue? Cells joined together form tissues. So they will have loose tissues. Most of them are multicellular organisms, which are coming under this group. Then, how the fungal body is made up of? The fungal body, it consists of long, slender, thread-like structures. They are called hyphae. What it is called? Hyphae. Their body is very long, slender, and thread-like. They are called hyphae, which form a network. That network is called mycelium. So they form a network that is called mycelium. Mycelium. Clear? Then this hyphae, they have cell wall. The cell wall is made up of chitin material. So sometime in the plant, in the case of plant, we will tell the cell wall is made up of cellulose, but here the cell wall is made up of chitin material. Clear? Then there are two types of hyphae you can see, aseptate and septate. What is the difference between these two? Let us see. The hyphae may be aseptate. Aseptate means tube-like without cross walls or septa. I told it's a very long and tube-like. Sometimes we can see the cross wall or the septa in between, septae or cross walls. That they will call septate. If they don't have cross wall or septa, they are called aseptate. A means absent, septa absent. They are called aseptate. So what is aseptate? Tube-like without cross wall or septa, they are called aseptate. Then, and multinucleate. Multi means many nucleus present inside the tube. They are called multinucleate, that is also called cenocytic. Many nucleus are present, they are called cenocytic. Others may have cross wall and septate. So that I told, the fungal body, it's very long and slender. They are called hyphae. It forms like a network like, that is called mycelium. I told about this hyphae. The hyphae, sometimes it may be with the septa or cross wall. They are called a septate. If sometime it will be without septa or cross wall, they are called aseptate. Clear? Then, what about the nutrition or feeding habit? Let us see. Fungi are heterotrophs. You know what is meant by heterotrophs? Autotrophs, they can make their own food. Heterotrophs, they depend others for the food. How they depend others for the food? There are different groups. They may be saprotrophs. Saprotrophs means they take nourishment from the decayed material, or parasites, they're living inside the body of other organisms and taking food from them, or live as symbionts, symbiotic mode of nutrition. Two organisms are living together, both are equally mutually benefited. They are called symbionts. That we can see in the roots of higher plants. Example, it is mycorrhiza. Mycorrhiza, what is mycorrhiza means? In higher plants, you can see in the roots, which is growing, the fungi is growing with the fungi. It's a network like, okay, it's like a network. It's growing along with the root. Then how it helps the plant, this fungi, it helps to increase the surface area of the root. So what if when it increases the surface area of the root, it can absorb more water and minerals from the soil. Like that, this fungus is helping the plant. So that is called mycorrhiza. You would have learned in the previous classes. At the same time, how the plant will help the fungi? Plant will give the food, or a plant will do photosynthesis, and the food and nourishment it will give to the fungus or fungi. So both are equally benefited. That is called symbiotic life or symbiont. Clear? So third type is symbionts that we can see in the roots of higher plants. That is mycorrhiza. It is called mycorrhiza. And also in lichens. When the lichens also, you know, there is a combination of, there are two organisms. Which are the two organisms? Algae and fungus living together. Algae and fungus living together, same like fungus, it takes nourishment, or sorry, fungus, it takes minerals from the soil, but algae, it can prepare food. Algae will do photosynthesis, it can prepare food and will give to the fungus. Fungus, it takes all the mineral and it will give to the algae. So both are equally benefited. Okay, that is called symbiotic form of symbiosis or symbiotic form of life. Then what about the reproduction? In the fungus, we can see there are different types of reproduction take place. One is vegetative reproduction, second asexual reproduction, third sexual reproduction. Vegetative reproduction, maybe there are 2-3 methods. One is fragmentation, fission, binary fission, or budding. Fragmentation means the cell or the body is dividing into fragments and each fragment it will grow as a new individual. Fission means you can see in the amoeba binary fission. The cell dividing into two and each before it was one cell, it dividing into now two cells, each one is growing as a new individual. That is called fission. Cut into new 2 or 3 pieces, each one is growing as a new individual. So that is fission. Binary means 2. The third one is budding. Budding means in the cell itself you can see some bud-like structures. That bud-like structure it will separate and is growing as a new individual. So that is called budding. So these are the 3 types of vegetative reproductions: fragmentation, fission, or budding. Then another method, it is asexual reproduction. So I told you there are 3 types: vegetative reproduction, asexual reproduction, and sexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, you can see it is by the formation of zoospores, aplanospores, sporangiospores, or conidia formation. Zoospores means it's a spore, it's a motile spores. They can move from one place to another. For movement or locomotion, what it helps it, they have flagella. Flagella they have. So with the help of flagella, they can move from one place to another. So spore with flagella, they are motile structures, motile spores. They are zoospores. Aplanospores means they are non-motile. They are non-motile spores, but they cannot move, non-motile in nature. Sporangiospores means they are clusterospores. They are present inside the sporangium. It's like a sac-like structure, small bag-like sac-like structure. It is called a sporangium. Inside the sporangium, plural is sporangia. Then inside that, what is present? Inside this, sporangiospores are present. Okay, group of or cluster of sporangiospores are present. The next one is conidia. Conidia you can see here in penicillin. You know penicillium. In the case of penicillium, that is one of the antibiotic, penicillin antibiotic, you would have heard it. So that we are getting from the fungus, penicillium fungus. We can produce penicillin antibiotic. They have the tip of the body, you can see there is a fruiting body we will tell. There is a brush-like structures. There is a cluster of brush-like structures. It contains a number of mini conidia, spore-like things. That is called conidia. There is a chain of spores. That is called conidia. Always the young spore, it will be the down, and the older one, it is pushing and going upward. So older one, it will be top, the young one will be at the base. So that is called conidia formation. Clear? So these are the different types of asexual reproduction. One is zoospores. I told you they are motile spores because they have flagella. Second, aplanospores. They are non-motile spores. Then sporangiospores. The next one is conidia. Clear? Then sexual reproduction. If you are talking about a sexual reproduction here, 3 types. It involves 3 steps: plasmogamy, karyogamy, and meiosis. Plasmogamy means you take 2 cells. Okay, when it fuse, only their cytoplasm it will fuse. So you are taking 2 cells, you think. Okay, 2 different cells, haploid cells. Always haploid represented by N, diploid represented by 2N. You are taking 2 haploid cells, 2 cells. They are coming and fusing, you think fusion will take place. Only the cytoplasm it will fuse, combined together. That is called plasmogamy. Second one is karyogamy. Then after fusion, you can see now only cytoplasm is fused, the nucleus is there. Both the nucleus is separate. That we can call dikaryotic phase. That phase, it will be, the period will be for a long time. That period is called a dikaryotic phase. Then after some time, this, what will happen? The nucleus will fuse to both the nucleus of each cell. They will fuse. That is called karyogamy, nuclear fusion. That is called karyogamy. And third method of sexual reproduction, that is third steps, that is called meiosis. You know what is the difference between mitosis and meiosis? Mitosis, in that single one cell, it divided into 2. Meiosis, twice division will take place. First, one cell divided into two, again that two cells, again it will divide and it will become 4 cells. That is meiotic division. In this meiotic division, you can see the genetic material, it will be half the genetic material of the original one or the parent, if you are comparing both. So here 2 times division will take place. I told one cell divided into first 2, again 2 cells, again it will divide and will become 4 cells. Okay, that is meiosis. So these are the 3 steps of the sexual reproduction. Plasmogamy, only the cytoplasm will fuse. Karyogamy, nuclear fusion, nucleus will fuse. Then third step, it is meiosis. Clear? Then this kingdom fungus or fungi is divided into 4 classes based on few characters. So which are the characters? One is morphology of mycelium. I told you what is meant by mycelium. The hyphae is a branch, like it form a network like pattern, network like form, that is called mycelium. So the fungi is divided into 4 classes based on few characters. One is morphology of mycelium, second mode of spore formation, third one is mode of sexual reproduction, fourth one is nature of fruiting bodies. So which are the 4 things? One is morphology of mycelium, second mode of spore formation, third mode of sexual reproduction, fourth one is nature of fruiting bodies. Then the 4 classes are, so based on this we are dividing into 4 classes. The 4 classes are Phycomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes, Deuteromycetes. So which are the 4 classes? Phycomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes and Deuteromycetes. We will be going to learn one by one about each class. Okay. So here now you can see the diagram of fungus. There are different types: toadstool, then shelf. Second one you can shelf fungus, rhizopus, yeast. Again it's a unicellular yeast. Then mushroom. So you can see the many diagrams of these all are fungus. You can see the strawberry with the fungus is growing on it. So these all are pictures or diagrams of the fungus. Here you can see, just now I already told, multicellular fungi consist of long slender filaments called hyphae. Some hyphae are continuous, others are divided by septa, or I told cross wall or septa. So that is the reason I told you there are 2 types, aseptate and septate. Septate means with septa, aseptate means without septa. A mass of connected hyphae is called mycelium. You can see in the figure right side, there is a branch or network of hyphae. Mass of connected hyphae is called mycelium. It grows through and digests its substrate. Okay, that is this all about. One is a hyphae picture, then mycelium also you can see here. Mycelium down also you can see mycelium. You can see the hyphae also here. The fungus, I told you, going to divide into 4 classes: Phycomycetes, Basidiomycetes, Deuteromycetes and Ascomycetes. So the next we're going to start with Phycomycetes.